Stephen.
That'd have been funny then, wouldn't it? If I'd thought I'd pressed record and not checked it, and then we hadn't actually recorded.
Well, it's nice. We just spent 2 hours talking.
Well, I don't do that all the way through.
To be fair, it has been 2 hours.
No, don't do that all the way through, like looking around the branch like you can't see me. Such a dick.
Hi.
Fucking
The tree's with us.
yeah, beautiful.
Look, see, Bogdan's up here because he's pissed off because he's beanbagging in the corner.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll probably do a Christmas special.
No, I know, but Merry Christmas anyway.
I'll save mine.
So this is checking in November.
Checking in November.
Checking in November, in December. Yeah, obviously. Which is, as you would expect, otherwise we'd be time travellers or future seers.
Future seers. I'm wondering what we're going to talk about, if I'm honest.
Why's that? What did you... Let's start with... Fuck me. When did you go to SA? Was that in November?
South Africa.
No, it wasn't. That was in October because we did that. I went on a safari and I was surprised that I saw animals. What have you been up to, dude?
So I got back about this. When did I get back? It was early October.
Remember we had a conversation about your microphone?
Yeah, you have it so close that when I listen back to the clips, it rustles.
Yeah, that's a great story. But the you need the sound to go down, not sideways. And the reason it rustled last time was because I didn't have my mufti on. So
no, it wasn't. It's because your beard gets... Dude, I do the fucking clip.
Way.
Fuck's sake. All right, hello.
Just do it properly.
It's nice that you talk about this. So I got back. Dude, where's that going to go? There, I can go there. So I got back early October. Now the fucking mufti's come off, for God's sake, man!
You sound like Ant and Dec.
Bogdan's annoyed.
No, he's going to go and sit with his real daddy now, aren't you, boy? Come on then.
Who's your daddy?
Boy. You're okay. You don't like it when daddy shouts at you, do you?
Feezy's going to watch this back. She's not going to be happy that you sat on that sofa. So yeah, I got back.
Shit, I'm vaping, innit?
It's good to see that you're stopping smoking, Stephen.
You need to calm the fuck down.
So
I got back from
South Africa early October. We discussed that. What else has been? No, early November, not early October. Early November. Business has been quiet. It's been right. November always is quiet. Always quiet.
So people just aren't looking for welders in November?
You don't get inquiries, drop off. Just everything just drops off.
Oh.
But that's all right. It's just the same as it has been for 17 years.
So what have you been up to in November?
Man down. Went man down Cornwall with you.
Yeah.
Went to our morning breakfasts. No, I'm telling you.
Sorry, go on.
You're in that. You know when I said earlier on?
Nah, this is...
aggravated.
Well, that's not changing, sorry.
Is it not?
This is me. This is me.
Stop touching the dog up. So I've actually been really good. It's actually, like, in general, like, I've been fucking feeling really good. Not really had any low moments particularly. Need to get back into running. So that's dropped off. Trying to do stuff for Christmas, for the business.
Yeah, you've been doing some exciting stuff. That's always
difficult to try to squeeze that. Guitar, I'm back on the guitar. I'm doing some writing.
God. So you're gonna... Do you think one day you can play for us?
Not on the pod, no.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Why not?
Maybe, I tell you what, maybe.
What kind of songs do you do? Bit like country?
I've written not a particularly depressive song, but I won't say what it's called, but about feeling shit. It's quite good, yeah.
What's it called?
I won't tell you what it's called, not on air.
Is it called Countdown?
Countdown?
Yes.
It's the final countdown. And Fee says my voice is alright.
So you actually sing as well?
Yeah. Do you want me to play it for you after?
Do you actually close your eyes when you sing?
Yeah, so then I don't think anybody's looking at me.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Do you know...
fucking Teddy's doing my edit. Look how it looks. Let me show. He's literally bent over the...
Hello, Belly.
You can sniff his ass.
Yeah, so that's interesting, isn't it? Like, I've just had a really genius idea. Like,
I've never known you have a genius idea, so I fucking haven't.
I think you could be the singing chef. And you do your songs in, like, your chef whites, and that's your thing.
That's my unique selling point.
Not your unique selling point, but is there any other singing chefs? You're a singing chef. Put your name in the bottom.
Don't.
Could be, but you've heard it here first.
I was thinking about just wearing an apron, and then I could do my magic trick.
What's that?
Watch my apron rise with no hands. Do you know what, I actually did think about setting up an Only Chefs page.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Why not? What are you talking like OnlyFans?
Yeah, Only Chefs.
For chefs. For chefs.
Well, it would be me. I'd be the main man, but not my
But
face.
you're trying to. But you want chefs to wank off over you. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
female ones.
Right, so only chefs.
So you could have
quite
like
niche.
a rolling pin. No, only chefs. As in, I would be dressed up as a chef, like.
So you are a
Like
chef.
my jacket's slightly open.
Yeah, don't do that. It looks like you're having a stroke. But who's the audience? Chefs.
To people that want to subscribe to see me looking all sultry and hot.
Right, I see. Oh well, yeah, you heard it here.
It's not fucking for chefs to look at pictures of me in a dinner thong.
Right, okay.
I could lay like a fish.
You could, like a
Like an
goldfish.
eel, a huge like anaconda eel, like draped over my leg.
Fucking hell.
Or I could have like, a couple of turnips. I could be laid out on the table like a platter.
Yeah.
And then like people could pay a premium for how much food gets removed.
Sorry, I'm not a chef, am I?
So I thought about that. I genuinely thought about that quite a few years back.
Only chefs.
Yeah. Seriously,
Wow.
because I went to see it, but they're only chefs that has been taken as a domain.
Is anyone doing with it?
No, so they're doing like it's like a forum thing, I think.
Same kind of thing, really.
No. So why did we get onto that?
Are you just talking about you singing and stuff?
Oh yeah.
So you've been doing that, obviously.
Don't cut my
You've
balls.
been doing that.
Because I got a guitar back in October. Bought a new one.
Yes, no, we're talking about November though.
No. I'm saying I bought the guitar recently because I hadn't played properly for years. I played since I was probably 13, 14.
We've had a few guests on the pod and stuff
Some
like that,
good
haven't we?
ones as well.
Some really good ones.
Rio's was really good, incredibly eloquent. And Bex and
Darren.
Guy. Sorry, Guy. With Storybook Dads.
Yes.
With Sharon and... That's an interesting one. No, he wasn't called Nicky.
No. Sorry, Nicky.
Who are you calling Nicky?
I don't know.
I think that's Guy Owen's sister, Nicky.
Is it? That's weird.
Yeah, it is. That's who we booked the other person in. Yeah.
Okay.
Big reveal. Clark Carlisle.
That wasn't in November.
That was a good one. Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. We didn't speak to him in November.
Oh no, but it came out.
Okay. I'm not sure on the parameters of this episode, but I thought it was about what happened in November.
What time is it now?
That's all.
3 minutes.
So you've not had any down.
No, I've actually been really good.
Really good.
Yeah. No, jokes aside, I've been really good. I had a rough phone call with my mate. You were here at the time, weren't you?
Yeah.
During November. I wasn't going to say any names.
Is that Nicky?
But I come off the phone, in tears, thinking I wouldn't hear from him again because I was really worried about him. I actually saw that person earlier on.
Today?
And I haven't told you this. Yeah, we were talking about like man down and how because I used to take things on board, like people's problems and worries. And I would want to take it on. It would just be like like a huge weight. And I was saying, oh yeah, it's like, when you spoke to me on the phone, I fucking just was in somewhere in Bude having a coffee and just completely broke down in the middle of fucking streaming. So I was trying to say to him, like, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Yeah.
And he's like, mate, fucking hell, this was like, he didn't even know what I was crying about. So I couldn't convey what I was even saying to start with. It's like, fucking hell, drink some water, dude.
You are quite emotional. That's one of the things I like about you. But it's nice because you've got a good heart.
Yeah, well, and he sent me a lovely text later on about it, like really lovely text, because I genuinely thought, so I said, I come here fucking balling.
Yeah, it was horrible to think,
I don't think I'm going to see him again. But he's in a good place. He's in a good place.
And that's just goes to show, you just got to pick up the phone and listen sometimes.
It is. Yeah, he'll phone me up sometimes, like, not happy and down. He keeps saying, I need to watch your podcast. He's not even going to see this.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I nearly said his name then.
So did I. I was going to say, fuck's sake.
Yeah. What else has been going on?
Man Down's cool though, isn't it? Like, I've got
Man
to say,
Down's really cool.
Because we've been going, about a month now?
So I've only made 2. I've only gone to 2 because I've missed
I've done 4.
3. You've only done 3.
No, I've done 4.
I've done 3.
Dude, I've done 2 without you.
You went without me?
And 2 with you.
Why would you go without me?
So
I'm pissed off you went
I've been twice with you, with just your father.
Winding you up. Just your father.
Yeah.
Father fucking loves it. Father said, didn't he? You won't mind me saying this. Because he said something along the lines
He feels a lot better.
Yeah, he said, I didn't realise listening to all your blokes' problems would make me feel better. Which is like...
bonkers.
Maybe that's... Do you know what? Maybe that is one of the reasons why I've been alright. So I don't very often get lots of dark moments anyway, but that's potentially. So I've been going on and off now for, fuck me, it must be 8 weeks. But I've only done 2 weeks because I've missed so many, maybe 7 weeks in 7
So
weeks.
you've not really been then, have you?
No, only twice.
You can't say I've been going on and off for 8 weeks when you've only been twice.
You can. So I went on and then off and then on.
Yeah, but that's because it's every
Twice.
fortnight.
So it's only 4 in 8, so I've missed 2.
Yeah, out of 4. So
Look at the math.
only
The
been
math.
quick maths.
The math. I can see your fucking brain going like, ooh.
Yeah, no, but it's great, isn't it? Like, I really enjoy going. And I like the little Wednesday morning kind of.
That's one of my favourite things to do.
Yeah, we're going in the morning, aren't we?
Yeah. And we did speak about this, that there's no pretense. Like, I'm funny with groups of people. Like, I've said a billion times in here, and you know, I'm like a broken record, but put a chef's jacket on me and I'll walk out in front of a million people. I'll be scared, but I'll do it and I'll talk about anything.
Yeah.
But like me, as Dave, I wouldn't entertain that.
No.
So, but the thing about this group is there's no pretense. Like, we're all a bit fucked up.
I said that, didn't I? And I did. I can't remember where I said it, but I said.
What did you say?
No, I said say
Yeah.
it. We're a bunch of misfits.
Yeah.
That's because that's what. If you looked at us,
I'm like,
if you look round the
sorry, that's
table,
offensive.
you look round the table, and we are all.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? There's not like the majority of the group is looks and acts and is this kind of way, and then there's like one odd person.
No.
Like the whole group, every single person is so different.
Yeah. I wonder how people look at us. I wonder how, because I know you really well.
What,
so
them look at us?
Yeah. So I look at you because you're such a good mate. So I look at you talking,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's
Well,
what I'm
interestingly,
Go on,
I
you
haven't
carry
told you
on.
this. Haven't told you this.
I love it when you do that.
What?
Don't tell me things.
I've got to be a little bit careful, but no, I think it's okay. So the last one I went to, me and Father actually went in. You're right.
So I'm looking at the camera. It's just like twitching all the time.
Is it because I'm doing that?
It might be. Sorry, go on. Yeah, Father.
Me and Father, and I did. This was. I don't know if you know this, but it was all okay. It was all pre-arranged and everything. We actually didn't go at 7. We went at 7:30 because I couldn't get there on time. Rhea had the car. She had to pick Grace up from Lanson, but it was all
Dad wouldn't
arranged
mind it anyway,
and
yeah.
everything. Anyway,
You were late.
not late. No, it wasn't late.
Did you get there at 7:30?
Yes, and I'd told the organisers that was the time we were going to arrive there, so we weren't actually late. And so we walked in halfway through, so there was none of that kind of initial introductions.
Yeah.
And I sat down, like you do, and there's a chap there talking that hadn't been there before either. It's quite a lot of new faces, actually.
Is it?
And I kind of chipped in to try and offer him some advice, like you do, like so kind of connected with him in a way, I guess, and like tried to give him a little bit of advice. And then, of course, you do that, don't you? And anyway,
You don't feel like you can't give advice because everyone's point of view is worthy. You feel like you don't feel like anybody's thinking, "Fucking hell, he's talking bollocks."
no, but this guy said to me, it was a funny one. Like I should, in case he or anyone that was there is listening to this, probably not, but this could be one of two things. Actually, it's quite interesting. One might be my own insecurity that I'm overthinking this situation that happened, or it may have happened, and actually, if it did happen, that's even more of a reason for me to tell the story. So I'll go on. Clearly. So halfway through when I was talking, he was like, "You suffer from depression, do you?" Like that. Now, I might be exaggerating that. I might be exaggerating how he said it, because I know we all do that as blokes sometimes. You know, you're very kind of... And then right towards the end, when the ball was being handed around, "You haven't spoke yet." Like that. So...
Did you haul ass on him? Did you give him the full
I did.
fucking pricey abuse story?
So, yeah, exactly. So...
Fucking here you go.
I was quite defensive, because I was a bit like...
Yeah.
But also not entirely defensive, because I thought, I was thinking to myself, like I am now...
He doesn't know you, and he's sort of like a gripe with you before then.
No, not at all.
Right, okay, I didn't know.
But I think,
There's something else.
you know, he was in a very sad and dark place, and a lot of the blokes that were there, again, there's an assumption that everyone that is there is also in the same situation. And obviously I had come in halfway through. Actually, I'd had an important meeting that afternoon, so I was probably dressed better than I would normally. I had a shirt and trousers on. You know, so I don't know, maybe there was some assumptions being made about the fact that,
maybe.
you know, I was given advice and, you know, I didn't look unhappy, you know, which is just as important. It may, again, this may be, if I didn't speak to him about it, obviously,
No.
I'd be interested to, and I might actually do if he's there again, just say, look, you know, I don't know how I'd even begin to talk about it. No. But it's, I mean, if you're listening to this, dude, send me a message. Tell me I'm wrong or right or whatever it is, you know. But so there was two things. One, he had no idea how fucked up I actually am, like under the exterior. And actually, interestingly, that's the second time that's happened this week. I've just remembered. A very good friend of mine messaged me and said, are you okay? And he does check in on me, bless him. So I'm happy. And I said, I don't see him a lot. And I said, no, not really. I'm feeling really, I have had a really shit couple of weeks actually. This week's been okay, but the last few weeks there's been a lot of crying, a lot of self-doubt. I've been struggling with my self-worth, and I've spoken to you and others about.
I didn't think you were struggling that much.
I've been struggling with my, you know, am I good enough for the kids? You know, and I've really, am I just good enough as a person? You know, and I have still been struggling that only when I've been like in a pit. And I said this to him, and it's probably the first time he's ever heard me say it. And he messaged me back and said, "You've got it really bad." He said, "I don't understand. Because, you know, you always seem so happy. The podcast, France."
Do you listen to the podcast?
No, but he knows I do it. Oh, I suppose he must do then.
He can't listen to it. Because if he listened to it, he'd understand that...
Or maybe he sees the clips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So podcast, France, you must be really good at putting on a brave face. So that was the second time, really. And I'd only just connected those two things. And it's just... And do you know what? I'm not angry, annoyed, whatever, at either of those situations, right? I'm absolutely humbled that I've got people that do send me messages and go, "You okay?" Like, I love that. And yeah, I guess maybe if I was a dude at Man Down, and maybe if I have taken it as he wanted, as I thought he meant, and he was a bit like, "What do you fucking know?" That's how I took it. But equally, it may have been me being a bit guilty for not feeling particularly sad that day, right? I had just come out of a 5-hour board meeting where I did have to paint my face on. Do you know what I mean? So that may have been a bit of overlap from that. If anything, those situations highlight why we're here. You know, what does depression look like? What does suicide look like?
Yeah.
You know, absolutely within the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've not even told you this, I have been incredibly close to really planning and thinking about ending it. You know, I've been very, very dark these last few weeks. And the only good thing is that my highs are high now at the moment. My lows are lower than they've ever been. The way I'm getting myself out of it is trying to talk to myself about the fact that the lows are so low because I'm starting to understand myself more. You know?
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah. So it's a journey. We know that. You know, it is a journey, and I'm grateful for my friends. Less than a handful of really good friends that I can talk to and that check in on me and all this kind of stuff. You know, I'm grateful to that. I'm, you know, coming to terms with, you know, bad decisions that I've made in the past. I don't like throwaway comments like, you know, what's in the past, it can't be changed. Well, okay, cool, let's move on. It's just not a reality. Comments like that aren't helpful, but there is an element of truth to it that you've got to fucking, you know, you can make change before it's too late, you know. So
what do you think you need to make a change about?
Well, I think I am making change. You know, we were talking earlier. I'm feeling a lot more.
Yeah, but the way you're talking now is contradictory to the way you were talking the last 2 hours.
No, I get that. Yeah, oddly, yeah. I feel a lot more self-love now. I feel a lot more, you know, in control of myself. You know, the highs are high. My baseline day-to-day operating is a lot better. You know, I'm no longer default depressed.
You're not drinking as much, which helps.
Not drinking as much. I'm no longer kind of just numb, is what I'm saying. You know, my default is becoming happier.
You use the word content, didn't you?
Yeah, well, there are a few areas in my life where I'm starting, maybe not areas, but like feelings that I'm feeling more content with. You know, I'm like, I no longer need to or want to or have to fight that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be and gonna accept it. I'm gonna see the thought. I'm gonna accept it. That's how it is. I don't want to change it. I don't need to change it right now. I don't want to change it. I don't need to do anything with it. I'm just going to let it float. And that's a power that I've not had before. It's either been, is that a good thing or a bad thing? A very binary person, you know, like, if it's a good thing, great, let's party. If it's a bad thing, let's fix it so it becomes a good thing. You know, so
sometimes you just got to sit in it, no matter what it is. Just got to, it is what it is.
Well, that's another shit saying as well.
Yeah, it is.
But
someone I know says that, gets on my tits.
A good friend of mine once said, you know, sometimes you got to sit in the woods, you know, and just it wasn't you, Bogdan, there. Yeah, you got to sit in the woods and just see. I made a decision. Sorry, I've not told you any of this. I made a decision. I'm not going to go to therapy anymore.
We were umming and ahhing for the
yeah.
last, I don't know, month maybe. You'd said about it.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you don't necessarily need to,
well,
sounds like you're just going to work through it.
I do need to. The reason you can't breathe is because you've got your nose up against my leg. Yeah. I do need to. If I want to make sense of my abuse as a kid and how I've got to where I am today, how that abuse has affected my life, if I want to make sense of that, because I feel like it might give me some calm, yeah, absolutely, I need to go to therapy. One thing I've been thinking about recently, and talking about quite a lot as well, is I'm 40 next year. You know, I was abused 30 years ago. How much more...
Well, it started like 35 years ago.
Yeah. How much more do I want to live in the past? You know? I know it wasn't my fault. You know, all the kind of cliches which I smile about, but that is one of the things that a therapist will tell you, is that it wasn't your fault, you know. I know it wasn't my fault. I wasn't promiscuous. You know, I wasn't fucking, like, walking around in a fucking thong and high heels going, hey, daddy. You know, that's not what I was doing. Not that that is promiscuous, by the way. but that,
Slightly promiscuous behaviour.
Yeah, not at 5.
I can't get the thought of you in a thong and high heels there, mate.
At 5 years old. Oh. But, you know, seriously, like, I know I've made shit decisions. I know I was abused. I know it's going to always be with me for the rest of my life. I guess, and I'm not saying, I was just about to say I kind of lost belief that I'll ever be able to do it. Maybe that's actually what I think. But what I was going to say was that I just think I've got to move on, you know?
I think it's incredibly positive. Like,
It's
because
a bit...
how much do you want to unpack it? Like what?
And to what benefit?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's what I mean. It's like you've got a suitcase, which you've said about a suitcase going around the carousel
lost luggage,
before.
yeah.
And you've unpacked it, and then you like walk away and it's packed to you, and you're like, I'll unpack it again.
Yeah.
And you walk away and you're like, oh, fucking the abuse. And you turn around, it's packed again. And I haven't been abused, so I can't judge whether you have therapy or not. I don't, you know, whatever. But it's like it's like self-sabotage in a way. Like you're sabotaging your mental health to a certain degree. Keep going over and over and over and over again.
I mean, I think we've got to be careful in that I'm not saying that it hasn't been effective or therapy isn't effective. Because it absolutely is.
No, it clearly has. And you wouldn't be where you are.
Exactly. Like, it's not a case of, you know, I don't think it's working, that's why I don't want to do it anymore.
No.
I just, you know, so I just be clear on that. Like, it's just, I feel like, you know, I think I've realised that my biggest... I'm going to use the word flaw. Sorry, Dave. My biggest flaw is that I've got no self-love. Don't love myself. Self-respect, self-love, whatever you want to call it. When I look at absolutely everything I do and every bad decision I make and have made, it comes from a lack of love for myself, a lack of putting myself first in the situation.
The way we were talking the previous couple of hours, I've never heard you talk like that.
Positively.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm excited. So I wanted to, so yes.
Well, I've heard you talk. Sorry,
You know.
I'll rephrase it. I've heard you talk positively a lot because you generally talk positive, but positively in that using those sort of words.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I don't want to. So and I bring this up because that's a decision I made. In November that if for now, I'm not going to do any more therapy. It's
You might have to revisit it, like maybe in a couple of years. You might
I
be
may
like,
well do.
fucking hell. They
Yeah.
might have to go back and see Dave again or see someone else, and
Yeah.
actually just sort of. I don't know. It might be like almost like a tap stripping, and at one point it just fills your brain up, and you almost have to go and see someone just to empty that valve.
Yeah, I think it's more than that for me. Like I'm feeling like content, with fucking hell. Who'd have thought that? Only took 40 episodes.
I said that on episode 1, I think.
You did. I'm feeling content with the fact that I was abused as a child. Has it shaped the way I turned out? Yeah, probably. When I look in the world right now, like, I've had a fucking amazing life. I've made some horrific decisions, like I've done things that I regret. I've hurt people. There's all these kind of things that I've done, and I'm not making excuses. I did it. I've done it, But I can either keep talking about why I did those things, which kind of feels a little bit like I'm trying to find an excuse, yeah? And I've probably got a valid one. Realistically, if you want to fucking write a paper on it, you did it because of this. Or I can just be a better person, give myself love, be a better person.
Well, it's not going to achieve anything. Keep going, why did I wear the wife's thong that time when I got arrested?
Yeah.
That's not even a joke, by the way.
No, it's not.
Why did I do that? Why did I do it? Like, that's what I used to, I made the wrong decision there.
Yeah.
We spoke about a point in my life where I could have taken a different turn.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'd fucking repeated for a long time.
Long.
And I've only just put that to bed probably in the last couple of years, 3 years. And that's literally the only way I've done that is just stop banging on about it in my brain.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's the same with anything. If you keep going round in circles with something,
You just keep beating yourself up over it, I suppose it'd be a bit like if I was blind or deaf, I could spend all my time like trying to find a cure, trying to find I need to keep going for operations on my eyes. I want to be able to see, or live with it.
You'd be a nightmare if you were blind. Your fucking head, there'd be holes
all over the place. Stop. Live with it.
Anyway, right. So that's one thing we need to talk about. I don't know how far you want to go in depth.
France.
Yeah. France.
So,
I want to ride my bicycle.
So me and my buddy Gareth
from
the Cornish Pie Company in Bude. Gareth said to me many months ago he wants to shut up. He wants to do well, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying it was one of his dreams. I don't think he'd appreciate me saying that.
To ride a bike in France.
He
pissed up.
He's very passionate about food, like you are. And, he said to me, like, everyone in the world at the moment, everyone's either fighting or poor or... Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking negativity and sadness. But one of the things that always unites and makes people happy in the world is food.
That's why I love food. It brings people together from all manner of different cultures.
Absolutely. And he came up with this idea. I've got a friend that works for a production company. I only knew this afterwards, but and he said, "I want to do this thing. I want to travel around Europe, introducing, and sharing food basically. But we'll take some of our food. They can share some of theirs. But also." Add a little bit of humour, kind of a bit like Idiot Abroad style. Yeah. Idiot Abroad meets kind of hairy bikers or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Which one are you out of that group?
Oh, Ricky Gervais, obviously. And yeah, so it was a bit like, and I said, let's do it then. And we planned it, and it kind of come around, and we did that in November. We went away for 4 days.
That's what I'm talking about, November.
I went away for 4 days. We went to Dunkirk. Again, there's lots of little cliches, obviously the Brits landing in Dunkirk and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but... And, we Gareth got an old bike off Marketplace, and we fucking got some
I thought
picnic.
you were on about like his ex.
Don't say that. He hasn't got an ex he doesn't like. So you
I'm
can't
kidding,
say
so
that.
I don't know Gareth very well. So
Got
I
some
literally
picnic
don't know any of his
baskets.
exes before anybody fucking butchers me.
Picnic baskets with cable ties. You know, it was all done on a fucking strict fucking string of a budget. And the idea was, the French, believe it or not, don't have pies.
Weird, isn't it?
So they have tort,
Tort.
but it's more like a dessert. So it's like a
Oh,
tart.
tort. Yeah.
They don't have a savoury thing covered entirely in pastry. What we said we were going to do, we're going to basically make. So anyway, went over to France on the Channel. Bless him, Gareth. It's funny because if he's born and bred here in Cornwall, doesn't get out of Cornwall much.
Has he ever been abroad?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, right,
but seeing, the fact that it took us 6 hours to drive to Kent and then an hour to go from Kent to Dunkirk.
That's crazy, though, isn't it?
Based on 35 minutes on the tunnel, and then half an hour, 40 minutes to Dunkirk from the tunnel, So it's just mind-blowing stuff. Because
How fast are you going?
On the what?
On the tunnel?
Fucking fast. You're on a train.
Fuck me, no, I thought it was a road.
Yeah, but it's only like 20-odd miles.
But how fast are you going?
Probably about 120 miles an hour.
I don't think it's that fast. I think you said it's fast.
Yeah.
Isn't fast 200 miles an hour?
No.
What do you class as fast?
Well, I mean, that probably is. That is probably 200 mile an hour. Probably is fast. But this is you drive your car onto the train.
I know.
Yeah,
It's fascinating.
Well, Gareth didn't know.
What do you mean you didn't know?
He's never been on anything like that, dude.
Well, no, I haven't, but I understand you fucking,
You got to remember, like, these Cornish lads down here, like, they don't.
Be very careful.
No, they don't know a lot about what happens out of, if you go somewhere like Bristol or somewhere like that, we have, like, more than one takeaway that's open, like, late at night, and they take cards and deliver and stuff like that.
What?
There's taxis.
What, takeaways?
Yeah, there's taxis.
More than one opening.
Hey, get this, there's taxis that work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Fuck.
And you get them on an app as well.
That's called
Uber, but there's others as well. There's just crazy stuff, really. Like shops that open
Ladies
all
of the
day.
night.
Yeah, ladies of the night.
How do you know that?
Just see them walking around, don't you?
No, not ladies of the night just wandering around. I mean ladies of the night, like you're... No.
What do you mean?
Like ladies of the night.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, fun time.
Fun time. Sake, $2? No.
Is it $2?
Probably, yeah.
You need to be careful, Stephen.
I don't know. It depends what kind of grade you go for.
I'm either looking at your face or that fucking bear's arse at the moment. More interested in the bear's arse. So,
Yes, we got over there. Gareth had chosen this beautiful fucking apartment off Airbnb that was literally right next to Dunkirk Beach. We had this like kind of panoramic, like like my place, we've got glass on one side, like that, right on the beach. It's really beautiful. And the idea was that he was going to take his best-selling pie, which is chicken, bacon and leek.
Oh, is that his best selling?
Yeah. Really nice, actually, if you haven't had one.
I thought it'd be like a steak. You just think,
I tell you what, this thing is fucking epic. Right, we'll have to go and have one.
Yeah.
And then a French pie with like a French ingredients in a pie. It's
Snails, onions.
No, not nothing like that. So we basically got life me fucking what it was, but they had they have a cuisine that starts with C. Fuck me, can't remember what it's called. So anyway, we'd bought the English ingredients over with us from England, and then we went to the market.
Nicely chilled.
Yeah, so we went to the local market on our bike. As I say, slight lazy kind of cliches in there, but it added to the humour.
Who's at the front? Who's at the back?
No, there was only one bike, so we took
I thought
turns.
you had a tandem.
Fuck off. Fucking tandem. No, it's just a single rider. So it's called a single rider. Also known as a bicycle made for one.
Single rider.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than a double rider.
I thought you said you had a tandem bike, but both the seats were taken off because you and Gareth preferred it that way.
Fuck off. So yeah, we went to the fucking dildos going up and down. We went to the market, got all the fucking ingredients, came back, buffed up these pies, and then fucking weird. So we walked. So we were like, oh yeah, let's go and find a place for a pint. So we were going to walk back into town.
So there's nothing to do with the jolly then? You weren't on a jolly?
And we walked past this place, and Gareth wanted to get some. He wanted to get some baccy, or no, he didn't. He wanted to get a can of Coke. It was like a news agent, but it also had a bar and a betting shop in the one place. So we went in there, and of course it was stereotypically French. So there was like
The people sitting around with onions around their neck.
no
Baguettes.
So it's this
Eating
kind of
baguettes.
semicircle,
Eating snails.
and kind of older men, grumpy-looking men, kind of sat at the bar, and we thought, fucking hell, like this
You
is.
and Gareth fitted in a treat.
Yeah, exactly. Sat down, ordered a beer, and they only do like 3.30 mil as a main
Weird,
thing.
isn't it?
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
fucking
only-
like
it's
8 or
only the
9%. Like so, yeah. And we got talking to this matey next to us called Benoit. Benoit, you probably won't be watching because you don't speak very good
That's
English.
classic French.
Yeah,
name.
and
Was that the one I spoke to?
yeah, Benoit. That's what we called him all the time, Benoit.
That's because that's his fucking name.
No, I know, but I don't think you have to go Benoit. It's like international man of mystery.
I bet he's like, oh fuck me, here we go.
You know,
again.
so we got, and within 2 minutes.
Did you get mistaken for anyone while you were over there?
No, within 2 minutes, he was like showing us like food and like food because he turns out someone in his family owns a restaurant, and he was showing us his meals. We were talking with him. He was introducing us to people. You know, we told him what we were doing, and then he was telling everyone else, and they just didn't get it. We could tell that. We were getting fucking wasted, obviously, and he was like, "You've got to come and have dinner at the restaurant because they eat quite late out there." So we went and had dinner. Stubbled back home. You know, did not feel like fucking finishing up the cooking the next day, but we did.
We were smashed.
We were
Let's
going.
make this-
Yeah,
let's
100%.
make this.
Yeah.
You sent me a picture of you the next day. You look fucking
Oh yeah, it
terrible.
was horrendous. Didn't have a very good night's sleep. But we
You
hadn't
and
really.
Gareth top of the
We hadn't really realised it at that time. Yeah, we hadn't really realised. You know, we just thought, oh, we just got to know a chap, and we went out for dinner with him, and that was that kind of thing. And then I had this idea, like I do, as you know, rather than taking the pies that we'd made and going to the market and you know, handing them out and filming, we wanted to see what people thought. You know, we'd go back to this same place. So luckily, Maria was her name, beautiful, beautiful lady, the bar owner. And I messaged her on Facebook. So can we come and I don't know what I'm doing. Can we come and sell pies? We didn't want to sell them. We were giving them away. She's like, yeah, no problem. So we went along, and there was obviously people in there, and Benoit met us in there, and there's a couple of other the old chavies that were in there from the night before as well. And they were blown away, absolutely fucking blown away. They're like, sweet. No, it's dinner. And they were eating it, and they were like, fucking hell, like.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
They loved it because it obviously had it was like a French dish, so they knew what it was instantly. But it was in a.
But what about the English gear then?
Yeah, they loved that as well. Yeah. So and then again, we were like, oh, thank you very much, and we were then like, oh, do you know what, we've done what we wanted to come. It was really nice.
You get smashed again.
No, wait up. People were happy. It worked. It was all videoed and yada yada yada. We got the reaction. We did what we thought we wanted to do. So we left there and went to another one of these little bars down the road. Lo and behold, a couple of hours later, they all came in that bar. And then we sat with them, and we were talking. It was so fucking funny. One of the things we didn't realise, because I was just chucking out my French lines, you know, like, où est la bibliothèque? You know, all the things you learn at school, like, j'habite, you know, avec mon père, le centre de ville, and all this kind of shit. They do that as well. They do that in English.
See.
So it was hilarious because, of course, I can't remember the dude's name, but you know, he was going like, "Where is Vicky and Ben? Are they at school?" And he was going like that.
So they get taught like the.
Yeah, Vicky and Ben live in the centre of town. He was going like this, and one of the girls there, this bloke's missus. Obviously, for whatever reason, the only sentence she knew in English was "suck my dick." So she kept shouting it out. But of course, no one knew what she was fucking saying. She was going, "suck my dick!" like that. That's going to be a great short, isn't it? But anyway, so this... And then we literally, they said, they took us out to dinner. Again, these people, and it was only like a kind of KJ's type thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're people that would join their little group that would know them, were like, come on, In the end, we had like 15,
Sounds-
15, 20 people sat round. And me and Gareth, it was weird. We kind of looked at each other and we were like, fucking hell. Like, we thought that was it. This is it. There's 20 people that 24 hours ago, we didn't know them, who they were. And we're all sat down, barely able to communicate. And then we realised Benoit was not there. And he was there earlier. He comes in like an hour later, and it sounds a bit dramatic. He's driven, it's only an hour away, to Belgium from where we were, just over the border, because Dunkirk's quite close to Belgium, because we've been talking about the fact that he goes over there and he gets these horns and drinks Belgian beer out the horn.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
He'd driven an hour there and an hour back over to Belgium to buy us a fucking glass horn on a wooden stand with like a couple of bottles of beer and everything, and gave it to us as a gift.
That's nice.
And that's 24 hours we've known this dude for. And then of course we're all have a great evening. Fucking again, we're only eating like fucking burgers and fries and shit like that, and drinking beer and smoking and then we've got to go now. You know,
You weren't smoking, you'd given up.
Yeah, of course. And they wouldn't let us pay. Not let us pay. Because we were like, oh, should we split it 6 ways or, you know, whatever it was. They wouldn't let us pay. And we were hugging, they were like, you know, and through, because Benoit did actually speak quite good English, who was like translating, and he was like saying that we'd completely changed their view of the English. Me and Gareth had completely, you know, this small group of people.
Well, they thought the English were nice before.
No, they didn't at all.
Now they think
They're
we're arseholes.
So friendly, so friendly, and we've got a group chat now, and we talk most days on this group chat with the help of Google Translate, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
We were there like 48, 72 hours, and we spent in total probably less than 12 hours with this group of people. Had 2 meals with them and a few drinks. And we realised that was it.
Yeah.
The language wasn't even, the biggest challenge you would have thought was communication. Yeah. It wasn't. And so that's what we did. I know it's a bit of a long story, but the idea is now, whether or not, when it's being edited and everything at the moment, if we can get someone interested in maybe, you know, because it'd be great to do Spain and travel around Europe doing these little kind of things, and just someone that needs to see it beneath the kind of cavalierish type exterior, that it's actually, how often we talk about breaking bread, you know, like, but how often do you actually do that? Speak to strangers. We become so fucking obsessed with our phones and, you know, and kind of isolating ourselves from people. But that's old school.
It's proper. Like,
beautiful. Like, and it just got me thinking, just silly little things like you know, like down at the Brendan, put all the tables together. Put all the tables together, have people...
I don't want to fucking talk to most people down there.
Like, and just... You don't have to, but like the dining table, just make a table of like 15, 20. And if you want to eat your food, and you'd be surprised. It's beautiful. Really beautiful to sit down. And I wonder, is that the rise... What part of the problem is with depression and mental health nowadays?
Could be, yeah.
You know, all we do is bottle it up, or we fucking... like, you know, compare ourselves to people online and stuff like that, and
we're part of a community, and they say that you need to be part of a community. It helps with depression, doesn't it?
Talking is beautiful. To people. I mean, it's what we're promoting here, but in its rawest form, strangers. Well, you were talking about this a couple of episodes ago. Couple of about the fucking Doris that don't say good morning to you in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the simplest form of just saying good morning to someone, but sometimes that can feel a little bit like that. I'm saying good morning because that's what you do. Do you know what I mean? I know you don't do that. I know you are.
No, I think you just say good morning because you're polite.
No, I know, but it's almost like there are some things that it's kind of like, well, that's because that's what's done. But I'm talking about, you know, sitting next to a stranger, no phones, enjoying some food and some drink, and having a chat. Because it was beautiful, and I really hope we get the opportunity to do it again. It's really nice. Yeah, but it's, yeah.
Easier said than done.
It is, yeah.
Time, money.
Time, money, yeah, exactly. I mean, we did it on an absolute fucking budget, you know, but it was, and we talk about it a lot. It's lovely. So watch this space. You might share, you know, what happens, or if anything happens. But if nothing else, it's a memory that I'll cherish forever. It was really, really,
Thanks for the
really
invite as
pure
well. Appreciate it.
and nice. Well, you've just sat there and said you didn't want to sit with people, so you can go fuck yourself.
No, you said about Brendan.
Doesn't have to be the Brendan. Apart from that, I don't think much else. From just keeping it real.
Cooked. I think what word to use. I'm sorry,
Where
my
did you
brain.
go?
Near West, sort of West Sussex area.
Well, it was this week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll be checking in January.
No, November.
It's
We're
December,
checking in
dude.
November. Was it December?
Yeah, it's December the 10th.
Fucking hell! I thought it was the end of November for some reason.
Yeah, don't let your secrets out. Your content out for next week.
Jesus, we were struggling with content. Fucking hell, where did my brain go then? I literally thought it was November over the weekend.
What do you think your biggest achievement was in November for you?
Fucking hell, that's a good question. Probably starting my book.
Ooh, you're hearing it here first. Okay, how many
Yeah.
pages you written? Can I ask you a really big favour? Actually, this is kind of serious, but also a little bit funny. I've always wanted, you know, when you go right at the front of the book, so you go cover page, and it says like to such and such. You know, there's always like a dedication. Can I be in your book as like just mentioned? I just think in hundreds of years' time, when people are getting your book out the archives in London, right, and they go to the front, I always wonder, like whenever I read a book, which isn't very often to be fair, I always feel like, oh, I wonder who those people are in the front.
I did think that ages ago. I thought if someone comes across my book in like 50, 60 years' time and looks in there and they've got me like eating fucking cheese or whatever it is, it'd be weird. Because it's got a picture of my kids in there. Everyone needs to buy the book then, I'll know.
Yeah. Have you got a dedication in the front of your book?
It's my kids.
To your kids? Can I be the next
No, I've already got that one sorted. I'll tell you it isn't, but I don't want to say because the person doesn't know.
That's annoying. What about the third book? Can I be...
No, I've got ideas for the third one as well.
Fucking hell.
Third one will probably be...
Can I, at any time?
No!
Why not?
Because I fucking said so.
Why can't I be? Why am I not important enough to be in your fucking book?
Because it's about cooking.
Yeah, but I mean,
Maybe you could do the foreword.
What the fuck is that? I thought it was called a forward.
Forward? Forward? Forward. Forward.
I mean, I feel like your explanation
No,
is
it's F-O-R-E.
Well, I feel like, yeah, but that makes more sense. I've always thought it's called a forward. Like, that's all I've always said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it makes more sense that it's called a forward because it's before the actual
before
words.
the word. Fuck, I can't see shit. God's sake.
What's up?
I was just going to look at I'm sure it's called forward. How do you choose language? Translation, choose language.
You don't translate it, do you, bruv?
No, I was just wondering if I could get it read out loud.
Is there not a little speaker next to it? Yeah.
Forward.
Forward. Forward. Spell it next to your microphone. So.
Forward.
Forward.
Forward. It sounds like saying forward, though.
Forward.
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 Yeah.
Forward.
Oh, there's something you didn't know,
There you
Stephen.
are. Perfect. That'll be good for January.
Yeah, did you want to do my forward?
No.
No.
What's it about? It's what do you put in it? Normally in a forward.
So it's someone saying, isn't it someone where they like write a comment or like write a page about the author?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. 100%. It'd be an
Forward.
absolute honour.
Yeah, but don't want you to do it.
No, I know.
Do you know what? If I, as and when I get famous,
No, you can fuck yourself.
no, I won't ask you.
You'll have fucking like
I'll
Morgan
get
Freeman on there. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Morgan
Forward
Freeman,
by Reno.
turning your books into an audio book read by Morgan Freeman. Beef Wellington. He doesn't sound like that, does he?
No,
But that'd be your trailer, wouldn't
He's
it?
American or British. Fuck's sake.
3 eggs, 10 grams of flour.
I've got a name for it. So that's my biggest achievement. Is starting my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to share what the name is now or not?
No,
No, fair enough.
might change it. There's going to be about 25 recipes in it.
Not bad. It's quite
There's
good
going to be
value.
stories behind every recipe
Oh, wow.
from periods in my life when I was like small to sort of now.
Well, that's epic.
Yeah.
That's a big achievement.
It's like a journey. It'd be a journey for people.
I like that.
I'm all over it. Yeah, it's good. What about you? What was your
I think probably...
starting your book?
So I think probably like accepting that I I'm not going to continue with therapy anymore. I think it's probably my biggest achievement this month.
I suppose, I don't know if we've already touched on this, so we don't want to keep boring fucking people about it, but I suppose, or not boring people, that sounds negative on you, but I suppose with therapy you come to, I know, and like you said, therapy's good. I've had therapy like 3 times and it's good. I suppose you've almost, not you necessarily, but people come to like lean on it, like use that as a, and people have to use it. I appreciate that. And I've used it, but it's almost like you could become reliant on it.
Well, it's like I corrected myself because I was going to say I don't need therapy anymore, which isn't true. You know, I probably do need therapy. Anyway. You know, but I am content with where I'm at in my journey with my therapy. You know, yeah, fucking love it. And actually, I feel like the kind of pausing of therapy is an elevation.
Pausing of therapy is probably quite a good way.
In my life that I'm really fucking excited about. And
it'd be interesting to see your reaction in previous episodes when I've said I'm content. To see what you've said. It might not be anything, but you've probably go, fucking content.
No, I remember.
Fuck off.
No, I didn't. I said, yeah, I don't know what that feels like.
I'm like exposing myself there. Sorry.
I don't know what that feels like.
So now you do.
In certain areas, yeah, but it's nice to be able to grasp.
What, in your groin area?
It's nice to be able to grasp like little bits. And again, it's another thing, isn't it? It's another affirmation, really. Like, I don't need to be completely cured, fixed.
Yeah.
I can have little bits of me that I'm working on.
I think if anybody said they were completely fine, they didn't have any problems, I think they'd be. I put money on the line.
People say that a lot,
but I think it's bollocks. I think everyone's got problems, and now or previously or stuff. There's nothing. No one's got a.
And I don't think that's the issue. I think it's how we deal with it, and that's one side of it. It's also yes, it's how we deal with it, and it's how we beat ourselves up over that as well, and whether or not that's necessary.
It's not usually necessary.
It's
unless you've committed some sort of fucking heinous crime.
Hey, that's a lie, like that word. Heinous.
It's only because it's got an anus in it.
His anus.
HMV?
In my mind I was going his master's voice, but I changed it to his anus voice, and then realised that...
his master's voice?
Because that's what HMV stands for. Did you not know that?
Fuck off, Eve.
Oh, we're full of it tonight.
Is it seriously?
Yeah, that's why the dog's there. The dog in the advert on the logo.
Is it?
It is. I thought I'd give you some knowledge back.
What does HMV stand? Well, I'll be fucked.
Oh, Bogdan doesn't like it when you talk like that.
No.
It's
Farley's
Fifi.
coming in.
Yeah.
It is his master's voice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Farley.
It is crazy.
Farley, what do you think HMV stands for?
Dan.
Fucking great dog trying to pick up the fucking...
Yeah, you didn't realise that, did you?
No, HMV stands for his master's voice. Look at... Look.
That's because you weren't in the shot. It's gone to me now. That's it.
There we are. His master's voice.
Did you know
For
that?
you, that's my voice.
Didn't believe it.
Cool.
Lovely. All right. Well, I think we're sorted now anyway.
We are kind of done now anyway.
On
that bombshell, we'll leave it there.
Fucking hell, I can't believe that. Yeah, but it's with the dog, if we didn't just say that.
No, you didn't.
No.
Thank you, David. See you next time.
Thank you, Stephen.